Convert the following equation to vertex form. So let's take a look at the equation that's given, and notice first of all that this is in standard form. So we have y equals ax squared plus bx plus c to begin with. All right, so a is 5, b is -3, and c is 7. Now let's take a look at what we need to end with. So if we're converting to vertex form, we're trying to get this equation to be in the form y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, and to do this, we developed a few equations to figure out h and k. All right, so we said that h was b over -2a, and it doesn't really matter where that negative sign goes, so if you prefer, you can think of this as just like a negative fraction, so -b over 2a, or you can think of it as the b that's negative and the 2a that's positive, just as long as you have one negative sign somewhere in this equation. And then the other equation we need is the one for k, and k is c minus ah squared. So we'll need to find h first in order to be able to solve for k. Okay, so back to the original equation, and we're just going to start right in. So we're looking for a for h and k. So right now I know a is 5. All right, so the next step would be to find h. All right, so I'm going to use that equation, -b over 2a. And in my given equation, b is -3, so I have -3 over 2 times a, which is 5. All right, so this is a negative is a +3 over 10. All right, or you could think of that as like a -3 over a -10 if you had the negative in the denominator. But either way, those negatives will cancel, so you'll get 3/10. Then we need to find k. So k is c minus ah squared. Well, c is 7, a is 5, and now I've solved for h. H is 3/10. Okay, so following order of operations, I would do the square first. All right, so 3/10 squared is the same as 3 squared divided by 10 squared, so that's going to be 9 over 100. And then I would probably cancel and reduce this, so I'd cancel the 5 and reduce this 100 to 20. So now we would have 7 minus 9 over 20. And then finally we need a common denominator to combine those. So I'm going to make this 7 into 140 over 20 minus 9 over 20, and that's 131 over 20. Okay, so now that we have a, we have h, and we have k, the final step is to start with the general vertex form of an equation, this a times x minus h squared plus k, and just substitute in those values for a, h, and k. So I'm going to replace a with 5. I'm going to replace h with 3/10, and replace k with 131 over 20. And that's it. So we've converted to vertex form.